What if I told you one of Africa's oldest kingdoms had treasures so valuable they were stolen by European invaders, and the story is still alive today? This is the story of the Oba of Benin. A king, a god, and a living legend. The Benin Kingdom has thrived for centuries in what is today's southern Nigeria. Long before European explorers arrived, the Edo people were ruled by kings called Ogasos, but like all dynasties, theirs eventually came to an end. A prince from the powerful kingdom of Ife, named Oranmiyan, was invited to take the throne. His son, Ewuare I, became the first Oba, establishing a dynasty that would last for centuries and build an empire whose influence would stretch far and wide. But what made these kings more than just rulers? What made them almost like living gods? The Oba is not just a king, he is a semi-divine figure, a spiritual and political leader all in one. He governs with the help of the Ozolua, a council of hereditary chiefs who enforce laws, oversee rituals, and manage the collection of tribute. Every crown, every single coral bead in his regalia, every scarification mark carries deep meaning, a visual language of authority, history, and sacred power that connects him to his ancestors and the spiritual world. The Oba is the focal point of the kingdom, the living embodiment of his people's history and their future. But even divine rulers would soon face challenges that no king could ignore. Among the greatest of the Obas was Ewuare the Great. He was a visionary who rebuilt Benin City, creating a network of massive moats and walls so impressive they were compared to the Great Wall of China. He also strengthened the kingdom's army, turning it into a formidable force. Then there was Ozolua the Conqueror, who expanded the kingdom through both military campaigns and shrewd trade with the newly arrived Europeans. Centuries later, Oba of Benin Kingdom would stand against the tide of British invasion. A king whose courage in the face of overwhelming odds would become legendary. These kings created treasures so extraordinary, they would attract the attention of the entire world, but that attention would not be kind. The Benin Kingdom is famous for its breathtaking bronzes and intricate ivory carvings, some of which are over 500 years old. Created by highly skilled guilds working exclusively within the royal palace, these artifacts weren't just art. They were historical records. They chronicled the lives and achievements of the Obas, celebrated great victories in battle, and depicted important rituals and sacrifices. Each plaque, each sculpture, told a story. They were the kingdom's library, cast in metal and carved in ivory, a testament to a rich and complex civilization. But in 1897, hundreds of these priceless treasures were stolen by British forces, and many are still scattered across museums in Europe and America today. The Oba's rule relied on a complex and highly structured hierarchy. Provincial chiefs collected tribute and administered justice in the outer territories. Within the palace, a web of different societies and guilds maintained sacred rituals, managed the royal household, and advised the king. The Ozolua, the council of kingmakers, safeguarded the process of succession and ensured stability during times of transition. Even today, the Oba mediates disputes and acts as the ultimate preserver of Edo culture, proving that true leadership is not just about power, but about responsibility to one's people and traditions. But how did the Oba manage to survive colonialism and remain so revered even in the modern world? In 1897, the British Empire launched a punitive expedition against Benin City. The motive was to crush the Oba's power and seize control of the region's resources. The British forces invaded the city, burned the palace to the ground, and exiled the reigning king, Oba of Benin Kingdom. During this brutal raid, thousands of Benin Bronzes, invaluable treasures of art and history, were looted and carried away. They were sold off to fund the expedition and ended up in museums and private collections all over the world. But even after all this destruction, the Oba's influence and legacy survived. And the quest to reclaim these stolen treasures continues to this very day. The Oba of Benin remains a vital cultural, spiritual, and ceremonial leader. He is a powerful symbol of continuity, mediating disputes and preserving the traditions that have defined the Edo people for centuries. He also plays a key role in the global movement for the return of the stolen Benin Bronzes. Advocating for the repatriation of his kingdom's heritage, the kingdom celebrates vibrant Festivals like Eid, a spectacular event that honors the Oba and the ancestors, connecting the past to modern life and keeping Edo heritage alive and well for future generations. And even with all the changes of the modern world, the Oba's legacy continues to inspire millions. The Oba of Benin is more than a king. He is a living link to a deep and powerful history, a guardian of culture, and a potent symbol of resilience. Through centuries of power, warfare, colonization, and looting, the Oba's story reminds us that a true legacy is not measured in wealth or territory, but in culture, courage, and the unbreakable spirit of a people. If you want to see how the Oba's treasures and legacy are still shaping the world today, subscribe and watch more stories of Africa's hidden empires. Thanks for watching.